Hey guys, it's Joe with Joe Knows Cryptos here with a video about cryptocurrency today mostly. And so let's quickly touch on FTX. I know you've probably been worn out on the FTX thing already because it seems to be, well, it is the biggest thing in not just cryptocurrency news, but it's going to be also huge news in the whole economic and Wall Street news as well, since it has a lot of people that have invested in it, from not just people like you and I, but banks and financial institutions that had money in FTX, as well as like people like Tom Brady and other celebrities. So it's going to be in the news here probably most of the week, but I do see some people starting to wake up. There are actually videos now being made about how this FTX debacle was actually planned and part of the World Economic Forum. People are starting to wake up. You see, when I'm talking about the World Economic Forum, if you've never heard of it or you take light of it, think it's no big deal, it's just a group of people that have no influence, there are people starting to make videos showing how FTX is under the World Economic Forum. And I told you their plan is to crash everything and make us poor. This is one of their big steps, it turns out. And guys, the reason that they're attacking crypto is because crypto is the only, well, besides God, crypto is the only thing that could possibly save us from this. Or if we really get some red-blooded American politicians in office. I don't have much faith in politicians because they're people and they can get bought off, and they lie and they cheat and they steal, right? There are some that seem at face value to be running that are good, that are on the fence, that haven't been elected yet. And like I said, if we can get 5 or 6 or good patriotic American politicians in there, they could maybe give some pushback against the World Economic Forum and the other politicians that are down with the World Economic Forum, and make it a little more difficult for them to pass their draconian laws that are eventually going to affect us all, even though we're just starting to see it now with inflation and high gas prices, things like that. Their plans for us are much, much worse. So that's one thing we got to hope and pray that Kari Lake wins in Arizona. Lauren Boebert did win in Colorado apparently. And we got to hope for Herschel Walker. Guys, I don't care if you're Democrats or not. I'm just spitting out facts here. I mean, this is the only way that I see things going on. If you're not convinced yet by the previous videos that I've made that the World Economic Forum is really trying to bring us all down, you can actually go and see that FTX was a part of the World Economic Forum. And that this more than likely was intentional, to just take people's money and make people poor. They're trying to make people poor any way they can. But crypto, and let's get back on the subject of crypto here. I don't want to talk about politics too much because I know it turns a lot of people off that don't have the same feelings I have, or that haven't been awoken yet to what's going on out there. So I'm not saying there aren't Republicans that are not under the World Economic Forum as well, because I'm sure there are. It just seems to be mainly the Democratic politicians currently. So why do they want to bring down FTX? Why do they want to bring down crypto? Because ultimately what they want is a digital currency that they control, that you'll have on a card. I talked about it in a previous video, where they're going to give you a certain allotment of money because people are going to be so desperate for money because no one's going to really have many jobs. There's not going to be many jobs unless you're working for companies or government that's controlled by the World Economic Forum. So you're going to be desperate for money. They're going to give you your money. They're going to tell you how you can spend it. The only thing that can fight back against it, in my opinion, that can legitimately fight back against it, is cryptocurrency. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there are people out there that love gold and silver, and I don't think there's anything wrong with gold and silver. I actually own some silver. I believe that for a while, I believe the prices will go up, but they will probably make it illegal again. They did it in the past, and they'll do it again. So how are you going to spend it when it's illegal? You know, there might be store owners that want to take it because, you know, hey, it's silver, it's a commodity, it's an asset that I can hold on to, and I can trade it with other people, like-minded people like myself. But once they make it illegal, that will drop the value, because anyone who's thinking and investing in it is now going to be deterred from investing in it. Same thing will happen with crypto, of course. If they make it illegal, the people will be deterred from using it. But the difference between crypto and gold and silver is, if you're going into a store and you break out a silver coin, and somebody, you know, people are going to be, it's going to get to the point where people are spying on each other, telling on each other, because they're going to get more money on their digital card to spend to heat their house or to buy better food. And if they see you with gold and silver, or handing it to someone, or trading it, or exchanging it, they're going to get snitched on, it's going to get confiscated, and you're going to get maybe arrested, more than likely. Cryptocurrency, it's probably going to still be a bit risky if they make it illegal, but you don't actually need to be handing it to someone face to face. You can transfer it electronically over the internet, and there's ways that you can hide your identity and things like that. There's also cryptocurrencies that you can use that are hard to detect who's sending them. So, for those reasons, I think cryptocurrencies are the ultimate way out, especially if everyone decides to use them as currency. But the problem is going to be, no one's going to have any money to buy anything. You know, there's a bunch of money out there still, and where is it going to go? That's what I'm kind of waiting to see right now. Is it going to go into gold and silver? I believe some of it will. Is it going to go into cryptocurrency? Is it going to go back into the stock market? I believe there's going to come a time when people see that the dollars are not worth, you know, even though the dollar is very strong now against other currencies, there's going to come a time where I believe it probably won't be. I believe that time is coming pretty soon. Either two things are going to happen. Either the Fed is going to continue to raise rates, and that's going to crash everything, homes, any kind of loans, any kind of businesses trying to get started. Credit, people won't be able to buy anything, causing stores that are trying to sell things go out of business. It's going to be awful, terrible. The only thing they can do to prolong it is to start printing money again, and or in combination with lowering interest rates. That's what most people seem to think is going to happen. I'm not sure yet, because like I said, I think the goal is to make everybody poor, and I think if they keep raising the interest rates and start laying people off, I think that's the faster road to make people poor. And I think they feel, the World Economic Forum feels, that they have enough power and control right now to go that route, that nobody's really standing up against them and fighting back against them and their policies. There was one gentleman that was running in Canada who did say that if I'm elected, we will not adapt any World Economic Forum policies. I know we got a big cheer for that, but I'm not even sure if he got elected. You know, the way that elections are run nowadays, who knows? Bolsonaro in Brazil did not get in, and he was, you know, he had crowds, unbelievable crowds at his speaking engagements, yet he didn't win. So I really don't know what to say, except, guys, first off, the exchanges are going to be under attack, the cryptocurrency exchanges, because not even that they're going to be under attack, it's with this whole FTX going down, people are not going to want to keep their money on exchanges. And as they pull their money off exchanges, or they are going to start selling cryptocurrencies that they don't think, you know, that are just kind of, they just, well, roll the dice, let's buy some of this one, and hey, hopefully it'll moon, and, you know, they're going to start selling off all of those once they realize that they really don't have a product. They're just the name of a cryptocurrency with a big idea that never did anything. And I've preached this all along. If you're going to buy cryptocurrencies, buy ones that, you know, have a use case, right? I mean, Bitcoin has been accepted as money. I believe Litecoin is right behind it because it's the same, basically the same thing as Bitcoin, just more of them made and it moves a little bit faster. And another fungibility factor that they've added in there could make it actually a bit more valuable in the long term. You know, maybe Monero, but sometimes Monero is difficult to get and it's difficult to hold unless you know how to do it. So as people start selling all their cryptocurrency and pulling their money off these exchanges are going to go belly up because a lot of them are overextended or have, you know, spent money unwisely, or also have gambled with some of their investments and cryptocurrencies that were hopefully moonshots. And they may start to fall all because of this. And that may just further tarnish the cryptocurrency industry, which could be something that could really help us against a digital currency. But if nobody has faith in it, then nobody's going to use it, and that's another battle that the World Economic Forum is going to win. So, again, I hate to be a negative Nelly here, but things, in my opinion, right now, you need to be concerned. You need to start buying food that will last, rice, canned foods, things that will have a long shelf life. That's the very first thing that you need to do. Food is going to be the very first, most important thing to start collecting. Okay? And then if you live in an area that's cold, you may need to start looking into alternative ways to even heat your home. It may not affect us this winter, but you may want to wait on that one because it's going to just depend on how all this political movement goes. Okay, guys? If you think that I'm full of hot air, I'm sorry. You know, you don't have to watch my videos. But I think as time goes by, you're going to probably start tuning back in just to see what you've missed out on. And you know, I'm not saying I have all the answers and I'm going to solve your problems. And that's why I want you to comment down below on what you think's going on. And I want to have discussions about this. I want to talk about it. All right? But guys, God bless each and every one of you. Kiss your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend and hug your kids and pet your pets. Joe Knows Crypto.